Hello everybody, welcome back for some more Ratchet and Clank 3. That is loud as fuck! I'm sorry. Anyway, so yeah, last time we did all the gladiator stuff and then we finished most, if not all of it, except of course, Whip It Good, because I don't want to go finish that because I don't have a high enough level, whip weapon to really use. That would be sufficient enough. And, you gotta wrench dozens of people with it. So, there's that. Anyway, I'm a little talkative today. A little talkative more than I was in Sly 2. And I do apologize for those that like Sly 2 that might be thinking, like, man, that sucks. Like, he came back and he started recording. And he just didn't feel like he was really into it at the time. Like, I was fine with playing Sly 2, but, commentating was kind of hard, and it still sort of is. And just kind of recap little things I said there. Basically, it's just some weird, YouTube burnout problem I'm having. Like, coming back to do main content, like, I'm just, it's been a while, I'm not really used to it again, that kind of thing, and really kind of depends on the game, too. I like playing Sly 2, but it's not, like, necessarily engaging enough to really conversate and commentate all the time. Neither is Ratchet, to be fair, and I guess in some case, even potentially, Jack 2. But I am feeling really, really, really damn good today. Also, normally I would cut out cutscenes for this, but again, if you want to go watch the cutscenes, this is not the place to really do that, and I apologize, but I'm not gonna do, cutscene stuff here like I used to. This is more so like you're watching me on my channel talking about stupid shit that I want to talk about. So I have a couple of things I can kind of go over. I recently have now finished the Metroid collection I was building up. I finally got both Metroid on NES and I got Metroid 2. They were a fairly reasonable price, nothing like stupendously expensive, thankfully. But still, I also of course have the NES Classic Game Boy Metroid 1, which I still have to beat. But I did finally finish that, and I went through when I was playing the NES, because I have a Retron 5, that's how I play it. I don't actually own a real NES or even a Super Nintendo for that matter. But I was going through on... Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't even know if I even have the other core comics. But just to kind of go over real quick about what I was talking about. I went back through Metroid 1 again, and I hadn't played it in a while. I haven't beaten it in a while. I beat it, I think, on the Wii U version of it. Or maybe even... I don't know. Anyway, so... I got, like, all the way through up to, like, Torian, where you're going to Mother Brain, and then I had to go back and get Ice Beam, and I'm like, fuck it, I don't want to go back and grab Ice Beam, because in the original Metroid game, you have the choice to choose between either Wave Beam or Ice Beam. You can't have both, which sucks, but, there are 2 upgrade places for both of them, so, like, you can go back to, like, Brinstar, or I think even, like, Norfair, and get Ice Beam there, or whatever. And I just didn't feel like going all the way back to do that, so I used a password to put me to Torian with Ice Beam, and, of course, all the E-Tanks, the 6 E-Tanks, that I already had, and, like, 250 missiles, which I think I might have probably had close to about. And I was also looking at a map, just to remember where to go. But, anyway, the main thing I want to talk about Metroid, though, is I enjoyed playing Metroid 1 again, and I'm hoping that, like, Metroid 2 would be the same way, because when I originally played Metroid 2, I just did not like it. I have it through 3DS, that's how I had it, Virtual Console stuff, because that's what I did. And played through it, beat it, didn't really care much for it. I thought it was cool, and at the time I thought it was kind of a bit better than Metroid 1, because it had, like, Sparta Ball, and it just had a way to save your game, like, actually save your game. And then with, Metroid 1, you don't really get to save your game. It's more so like you have a checkpoint system. After every upgrade and everything, you basically get your game saved, of course. But, like, if you die, you start back at the elevator that you came from. Which, it doesn't get rid of your upgrades or anything like that. It just starts you back there at 30 health, and it sucks. But I was thinking, because this is kind of going somewhere, I guess. But I was thinking, like, what if I do... I'm going to invert my controls. This is bothering me. I know, I think last time I had them non-inverted. Now I'm, like, going straight back to inverted again. I don't know why, but games just feel better for me in some cases to do that. I don't know. Also, I'm kind of having a bit of fun playing Ratchet again. I like my Ratchet games. They're quite enjoyable. I like my Ratchet content. But anyway, so... going through Metroid 1, I'm thinking maybe I might do a Metroid 1 Let's Play at some point. I don't know. But we'll see how that goes. Won't we? I should probably grab the... bolt multiplier. Yeah, the molt multiplier. The Jacksepticeye. So that way I can at least... I changed my controls to fucking... Yeah, I changed my controls to inverted, and now all of a sudden everything's just kind of whack again. Can I not just think of how to play the game properly? Anyway, so yeah, Metroid 1, maybe I might do it, maybe I won't. You know, I'll use a map alongside it, just to save trouble, because, yeah, I really would like to not, you know, play the game without... Oh yeah, I guess he has to die. I was wondering, like, why Skid was not moving. Also, there is a bolt down in one of these little sections later, but I think that's... Yeah, a bit later on. And eventually we'll get that gadget that Skid's running with. Should get at the end of this game. If I'm not mistaken, I think this game has way less gadgets than 2 did, if I'm remembering correctly, but it's been a bit, so not to forgive me on that one. But anyway, so why am I so damn excited? I should probably talk about... Actually, no, I'll save that for a minute, because I still have more things I want to talk about. So anyway, yeah, I finished my Metroid collection. It's mainly done. It's nice to have. So... I probably won't Let's Play every Metroid game because I don't have a 3DS capture card, so I can't really do my DS games, and then with Vim's Lair going down with, like, you know, most if not all their games, I don't really have access to be able to quote-unquote, you know, e-chan those games, I guess you could say, so that's kind of out the window. I much prefer playing the games, like, legit as best as I can, or if not that, maybe on Virtual Console, but... As far as it stands right now, DS I don't think is probably going to even happen on Switch. I mean, it always could. They could always just remake these games again or port them. I mean, Luigi's Mansion 2 is coming to Switch at some point. And that was a 3DS title. Why not bring over Samus 2 Returns? Or, you know, Samus 2... Metroid 2 Samus Returns, sorry. You can always port that over. You don't really need, you know, the bottom screen much. It's usually just a map anyway. But I don't know. So that kind of completes, like, you know, the Metroid talk, I guess. Like, maybe I might do some more Metroid Let's Plays in the future. Maybe, we'll see. And I think I remember mentioning I was going to do, like, Metroid Prime 2 at some point when I get back as well, which I probably could. I don't know if I'm going to right now. Like, with this whole, like, quote-unquote YouTube burnout, which I'm feeling pretty good today. I think it's just more so like a mood-by-mood, like a base-by-base mood thing, and I just kind of overthought what it was. Because, like, right now I'm having fun playing Ratchet 3, but I have a lot to talk about, so it kind of makes it... It makes it a lot easier to kind of discuss things and just have fun and commentate. But, yeah, so other stuff I'm trying to think of that I have got my hands on that was enjoyable. Nothing YouTube related, I guess. Nothing related to that. Oh, I remembered that my parents had a copy of... Well, what I thought was Mario and Mario Duck Hunt on NES, and I was like, oh, you know, maybe I should ask them if I can take their copy of it, because they don't have an NES. Nobody does. I mean, I have a Retron to play it, but they don't have a physical NES, and neither do I. So it's like, maybe I should just do that, because my Mario Duck Hunt doesn't really work right now. Something's up with it. I don't know. And I thought they had Mario and Duck Hunt together, but no, they just had Duck Hunt. I tried it out. It worked. We had that game for, like, as long as I can remember. And I think it was my dad's copy because he played Mario Brothers 1 at, you know, when he was living with his parents back, you know, before I was born, I guess you could say. Yeah, so I guess he brought it over when he met my mom or something. I don't know how that all works, to be fair, but I know we never had an NES. It's weird. So I remember seeing that game all the time, and now that I have a way to play it, it's like, oh, I'll try it out. And it actually did work. Only problem is, I don't know if it's like a Retron thing, or if I have the wrong controller for it, but... Or if you actually need this apper. I don't know if you do. I don't think you do. I thought you didn't, but... You might. So, yeah. But hey, at least I have a copy of just Duck Hunt by itself, because it does not come with the Mario. as I thought it was. It's just straight up just regular ass Duck Hunt, and it's like, oh, okay, well, oops. So yeah, I gotta figure out a way to fix my copy. Nothing's really lost. I mean, it's, you know, it's an NES game. It's not really a big deal. It sucks that it happens, but you know, it is what it is. Worst come to worst, I do have Mario Brothers All Stars, so it's like I can still play Mario 1. I don't need it that bad, but it would be cool. Speaking of games I don't need bad, but I think I would really like to have, is the Donkey Kong Game Boy games, as in like Donkey Kong Country Game Boys, along with Donkey Kong Land, which was on Game Boy, you know, the original and color. I did see those out in the wild at one point, but I didn't bother buying them. I do have them on 3DS, the Lands, but having Donkey Kong Country Game Boy would be pretty cool, because they do have a different collectible you can get, from what I remembered, which was like little cameras you can collect in every world or whatever. And I like DKC. You know, I have the DKCs. You know, I have ways to play them and stuff. Obviously through, you know, Switch and what have you, and Wii U, VC and all that. But I think it'd just be cool just to have it. But anyway, so to get on the topic of what I'm so fucking excited about, I discovered my love for a new fighting game that I didn't think I would ever actually appreciate nearly as much, because it was such a pain in the ass to get to work. You know, it was always a pain in the ass to just fucking set up. So it became a game I didn't really play, but now it's becoming a bit better. And that game is, and I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but it's just the way I used to pronounce it. I'm sorry, but the Umineko Golden Fantasia fighting game, it's fucking amazing. I played it last night with my friend because I was like, we should just play it just for the fuck of it. And because usually whenever I think of that game, I'm like, I don't want to play it, because like you have the problem that I have with setting it up is the controls are always just kind of off. You know, like you try to change your control to like, I'm using Xbox controller, so yeah, X button would be like light attack, but then all of a sudden like the key config is like, no, it's not. It's actually medium attack now, or something like that. It's it was getting annoying. Maybe it was a controller problem, because back then I only had PlayStation controllers, so I probably only used that, and that might have been the issue. I don't know. Anyway, we were playing it last night, and then we're like, you know, kind of filling it out, and I've been reading, of course, you know, the visual novel alongside it. And just to kind of give a little bit of context here, I watched the anime back in like 2012, along with, you know, Higurashi and Elfenlied. So for those that are wondering where my brain is at, there you go. They became like some of my favorite animes back then, for quite a while, and even still to some extent still are. Although the Umineko anime, you know, looking back at it, like it wasn't nearly as good as like what the visual novel is, of course. But yeah, so in recent years I've been going through like the visual novel and just reading it. I'm now on episode 2. I know it took me a while. It's just more like I read episode 1 and then I just kind of stopped for a bit and then came back and started up episode 2 like just recently. Oh yeah, so basically if you have, you know, the weapons from the original games, you should be able to have these. Yada yada yada. So anyway, since I've been in the mood for it, of Umineko, that's technically what it's pronounced as, but so I've been in the mood for it, I whipped out the fighting game just to try it again, see if we can actually enjoy it, and I did. I really, truly enjoyed it. And then I was looking at videos and stuff, and I found out like all these cool little mechanics that you can do with it. Like, I'm not going to explain everything, but there's a thing called meta mode. So like if you played Arcana Heart, you would probably understand there's like that whole like full screen, you know, 4-button press thing or whatever that changes the background, and you can do like a specific type of super. And so like in this game you have like meta super, and the crazy part is it costs no bars to do. You just have to activate meta mode. It costs no bars to use, and it's pretty much like an infinite thing. Like as long as your meta bar is, you know, not fully depleted, you can use the same meta super over and over again. Of course your regular super, so they still cost bar, and you have EX moves, you know, to allow you to do like just your specials, but with, you know, costing 1 bar, and your super itself is just 2 bars, of course. But anyway, it's just so cool. Like you can go to meta mode, and then like the other person can just do like the whole no you thing, which basically is what Umineko is about anyway. You can just do like the whole, you know, spin like a bar or even 2, and just keep going back and forth to basically stop the other player getting into meta mode. Because as far as I'm aware, from what it looks like, meta mode is just like you get health back, and you get the ability to just basically spam a super that's relatively strong, and it's like, that is so fucking cool. And I glazed my glazy, or I glazed my glizzy when I was just, you know, going through it and playing it, and I went through arcade mode and unlocked Black Battler finally, so that's taken me years. I've had this game on Steam for so fucking long now, it's ridiculous and annoying that it took me this long to actually just really, really, truly like it. And that sucks, and that pisses me off that it takes me so long to actually enjoy anything. But I'm glad that I got to. Whether or not, you know, we'll get to see any content of me playing it on the channel, I don't know. I mean, I've done a video of it before. Sorry, excuse me. I've done a video on it before where I played with my brother. We did like some Melty Blood stuff. Go check out my fighting games playlist on the channel and you can see it there. But, you know, maybe one day we might do like a little versus or something. And I know my brother, I told him about it and he's like, next time I come over, we ought to play it, you know. If you know more about it, we ought to play it again. So, there's that. And then last night, like I said, me and my friend played it, and he seemed to have liked it, but he wasn't, like, fully invested in it. And, you know, of course, that comes down to, like, not knowing much of, like, who's who. But even then, still, it's fine. And then, sort of on topic, but also kind of off topic, but yesterday was like the Summer Games Fest, and I guess that's something I could probably talk a little bit about, but so far, I don't remember what games we're getting. I know we got like a trailer for Sonic Generations, the remastered game, which I would love to play. Whether or not I'm going to actually do a Let's Play of it fully, I don't know, probably not. If worse come to worse, I can always just do Episode Shadow, which looks really good, though. I'm so ready for that, man. I want like another Shadow the Hedgehog game, bro. I want another Shadow the Hedgehog game. Or at least some form of Shadow in some way, shape, or form. Because I actually do like Shadow the Hedgehog 1. I think it's... this is not even like the first... whatever. I don't mind Shadow the Hedgehog the game. Whether or not I'll do a Let's Play of it, you know, is really dependent on later factors. And that's all. That's partly of the whole burnout thing, is like I just want to do other stuff and not just do YouTube all the time. And I say this every damn video now, but I'm just giving you guys an idea of where my brain is at currently, and it's basically just like, I don't mind doing YouTube. I enjoy, you know, parts of it, but sometimes I don't want to do it all the time. I have other things I want to do as well, and that's just, you know, how it is. And I fucking died, of course. I gotta start all over with that shit. Fucking hate the checkpoint system in this game. Jesus Christ, man. It's so damn irritating. But, yeah, Summer Games Fest, I did see there was like a game, a new Power Rangers 2D beat-em-up game, which looks like it might be made by the same people who made Shredder's Revenge. I'm not sure. I didn't clarify that, but it looks pretty good. I'm actually, you know, quite excited for that one. It looks nice. Most of the games just didn't really seem like there was much. I'll have to look again. I told my brother about it. I mean, obviously he knew about the whole thing going on. I just don't know. Oh yeah, we had like some Dragon Ball Sparking Zero thing, and when Sparking Zero was coming out, I was a little bit hesitant on it, because, I mean, first of all, it's made by Spike Chunsoft, so it's like, ooh, that's the Jump Force people, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, Jump Force wasn't terrible, but, you know, it's certainly not the game that I think everybody wanted. But, from what it looks like to me, the game so far looks fine. Sorry. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, of course. God damn it, you scrunch. I almost forgot his name for a second there. I'm busy trying to get this shit going here, man. Alright, there we go. Another thing, too, is I went back through and I beat the original Battle for Bikini Bottom again, just for the hell of it. And got, like, you know, 75 spatulas, so just, I didn't do, like, 100% run or anything like that. And, it made me almost kind of just want to say, like, fuck, I want to do that on this channel as well. Possibly. God, shit, stop. I'm so sorry. Like, it's weird because on normal days now, I don't have this fucking problem. But then all of a sudden, when I start talking on YouTube, it's just like, now all of a sudden I have to clear my throat every fucking 5 seconds. And I hate it. I sound like an idiot, and I hate it. It bothers me so much. Also, these things just... I get tired of doing these rhythm game things so much, man. I get tired of doing them. And they're so constant, too. Well, to be fair, like, in this game, there's about maybe, like, I'd say 2 worlds worth that have it. So it's really not all that bad, I guess, but I just don't really care much for doing them. Usually in a casual playthrough. Since I'm doing a Let's Play, I mean, it's fine. Also, that's some very Drek shit right there.
You're supposed to meet me on the surface.
I thought I would help.
Well, you can give me a hand searching Dr. Nefarious's office.
Sorry.
Let's see.
I drink my drink.
Look at this. The complete Secret Agent Clank Holovid collection. This guy's your biggest fan.
That is rather disturbing. I have downloaded an encrypted star map. Perhaps Al can decode it.
Great. Let's get back to the Phoenix.
Alright, here we go. So, yeah, someone's a bit weird, huh? Also, I think this level, if I'm not mistaken, has the sewer section, which I think we're going to right now, actually. One of the few times you'll actually get a transition like this. It's pretty cool. Actually, I think it's probably the only time in this game that you get a transition like this. Fuck, man. You know what we need? We need another Ratchet and Clank platformer, but, like, a really good platformer one. And I know what you're thinking, like, isn't Ratchet and Clank already a platformer? Yes, it is. I'm talking about, like, Ratchet 1, Ratchet TOD type platformer, you know? Just do away with the hover boot thing. Do away with, you know, some of the flying stuff, I guess. I don't know. It's so hard to describe exactly what I want. The reason why I say TOD is because I feel like even though I don't like TOD, I feel like a lot of the levels at least work pretty okay as a platformer. I just want more emphasis on, like, that Metropolis zone. Stop. Sorry. Not Metropolis zone. I meant to say, like, Metropolis itself. Which, funny story, speaking of Metropolis zone, me and my friend were playing Sonic 2 last night, trying to figure out what the fuck game we were wanting to play, or wanting to do, and we just spent the whole time playing it, and we got to Oil Ocean before I gave up. I'm like, I don't want to do fucking Oil Ocean. Ugh.
Fresh from the bowels of a king amoeboid.
Alright, so anyway, what you can do here is you can pretty much just grind for, well, you know, stuff if you wanted to. Now, this is obviously completely optional. But I'd say for the sake of just giving myself at least some experience going through here and getting some money, I don't think this would be a bad idea to do. I'm not going to do the full thing because, first of all, you need to have magnet boots, and plus it's definitely a bit better running through this with at least charge boots to kind of keep yourself, well, going. But anyway, so the idea here is there's a bunch of slimes just everywhere. That's basically what it is. It's very reminiscent of Ratchet 2 with that whole, like, you know, crystal hunting section, and Ratchet 2 for, well, both sections, I should say. The desert and the winter wonderland place. With the Yetis. Which is fucking awful. I hate the Yeti section. I really hate it. I'm gonna have to mute my mic in a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna mute my mic in a sec. So give me one. There. Alright. Sorry about that, but, you know. Gotta clean house, I guess you could say. It's my throat again. That's what's going on. Like, I ate earlier, and then, like, whenever you do commentary, it just fucks everything up, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I ruined it. I'm sorry. That's the smiling friends thing. Must have been some of them worms I had earlier. Anyway, I already kind of forgot what I was talking about for a minute there. I don't even know. Also, this whip is doing jack and shit for damage. This is why I don't use the whip. It's cool. I just don't like using it because it just does fuck all damage. And as you can see, we get fuck all experience for all that ammo we just wasted. I mean, sure, I guess you could say, like, you might as well just use it on these guys instead. That way you could just delete them. But I don't really get much experience from them regardless, so I don't really feel like it's necessary. If I if I ran Blaster, I could probably maybe get some out of it, but I don't think... I think I have Blaster level 5 by now, don't I? I don't know, I don't remember. God damn, man. Ah, fudge it. But yeah, anyway, so, yeah, I want, like, a TOD type, as in, like, not TOD itself, of course, but just the fact that, like, platforming kind of had, like, a bit more of a... I guess you could say, I do have Blaster already. I forgot which one changes which. For weapon-wise, I totally forgot which is what does with what. Oh my god. I just want to get rid of this fucking turret. It's like I can't fucking get rid of the damn thing. There. I mean, I knew it was like the third one, the third slot would get rid of it, but it just wasn't doing it for me. I mean, I know it's my fault. I'm just saying it looked like it just was being an ass. I just realized that these guys actually pop like a smoke thing around them whenever they get hit. Well, mainly, you know, slime or whatever. I don't really pay attention to it very often. Ouch. Yeah, we're not really getting much for experience. At least we got some, like, levels here. In terms of, like, you know, health and stuff. So, I think we're probably better off just fucking off and staying out of this world. Let me see here. Alright. Yeah, I know, Quark. Shut the hell up. I know. Eventually, as you can see on our map, you can't really tell if there's any objects in question that you can go collect, but eventually you'll get a thing later on in the game, like a map system that should allow you to do that. Also, just to explain why I say Ratchet's not really much of a platformer, is because it just feels like it became more of a shooter game than it really has anything else. Yes, there's platforming involved, but like I feel like shooting has become like the main forefront of it. Which is fine because, you know, it's Ratchet and Clank, why not? Shooting should be, like, your weapons should be like a big thing. You know? They should always be big and hit hard or whatever. Whatever they need to be. It's just, like, I feel like every Ratchet game now has to be like 2 or even like Deadlocked. Even though I would still say that, you know... No, I wouldn't say Deadlocked. That's wrong. I wouldn't say Deadlocked. I love Deadlock, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, that's just being a dick at that point. Of me saying that. Like, that's not fair to Ratchet, comparing all these other new games to it. In a sense of being a shooter. Also, there is a titanium bolt up in here. In one of these bridges. Now, will I come back through here again? I don't know. I mean, I've mentioned before that I might not 100%, but I will at least potentially try to go through as much as I can, just for the heck of it. Alright, 30,000 look like. That's what I thought it said. Still not enough to buy any weapons, but we did get the mini turret earlier. And onward and outward. I don't think there's anywhere else we can really technically go inside of this ship, but eh. Oh, man. It's funny, all that talking just kind of like knocked it out of me. Like, all of a sudden now I'm just like, I don't really feel like talking anymore. This seems to be the common thing with me. Also, if you go back through here, you go back to Slim Cognito. So remember this planet if you need to go get yourself some stuff. Alright, might as well buy the lava gun from 2 as well while we're at it, just because. I don't mind having it. So yeah, in terms of direct, like, mission-wise, there's nothing really here besides just go back to, you know, the starship and do the whole thing, the whole fun thing with the vidcomic crap again. Which, again, I don't hate the vidcomics. I just kind of wish that I could, you know, just play Ratchet mostly.
But you may want to know that your impenetrable secret base on Aquatos has been penetrated. Impossible! If you say so, sir. They apparently stole some sort of data disk. Well, I must be off now. Dirty laundry and whatnot.
Who is responsible for this outrage?
I believe it was a Captain Quark or something.
Oh, Janice, you will always be the love of my life.
And there's, I think, like, what, the first shot of the space romance thing happening in Nefarious' head. Lance and Janet.
If assembled a group of elite agents known as...
Every time Lawrence says something, it always sounds like he's really sarcastic about it. Well, I mean, I know that's the point.
It's on my to-do list, right after folding your undergarments.
I wonder, because I know Nefarious, you know, used to be, well, squishy himself back then. I wonder if Lawrence ever really was either. I don't remember if that's true or not. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Alright. Fucking cutscenes all the time.
After all, my plan worked even more perfectly than expected.
Like, if I wasn't doing a Let's Play and I was playing the game on my own, sure, I wouldn't care.
Way to go, dude.
You know.
Don't mention it. I'm just doing my job. Now that I know where the Tyrannoids are coming from, I can put a stop to this alien menace once and for all. With utter disregard for my own safety, I've drawn up an ingenious plan for an attack on Tyrannosis. First,
We just got back,
step aside, allowing Ratchet to free fall.
and they're doing yet another one of these slideshow things again.
Once the mortars have been silenced, the dropship will make its descent. Next, Ratchet will take the assault vehicles from the dropship, make his way to the 4 plasma cannon turrets, and destroy them.
Yeah, it's basically another one of those,
Have been knocked out. Ratchet will
you know, mission-based ones again. So, I hope you guys are ready for that.
let's get to it. Yes, you there in the front.
Yeah, I was just wondering, what are the rest of you gonna be doing while I'm down there getting blasted?
We'll be monitoring the situation closely from here. Actually, we'll be down at the lunch buffet on deck 5. It's Meatloaf Day. But we'll be rooting for you every step of the way.
Uh-huh.
And we got your back.
The plan is excellent.
Alright. So now we can finally head out. Although, of course, you know, we had that... I might have that vid comic that we might have to do, though. I don't know. Also, we don't have Slingshot yet, so I can't get the skill point for beating Helga's time. Shut up. Shut up! I don't care what you have to say about whatever. Like, you guys had all the fucking time in the world in that damn cutscene to say everything you needed to say. I'm not gonna listen to your shit now. Alright, we have to finish them at some point. You're gonna have to. It's... Like, I don't mind playing them, I'm just saying, like, I don't want to sit through yet another fucking cutscene, and then we'll probably go back to Tyrannosis or whatever, and then watch yet another cutscene again.
Of Blackwater City. A horrific breed of monsters known as Amoeboids, born in the laboratories of a twisted scientist named Dr. Nefarious.
To think they called me insane, Lawrence. We'll see who's insane.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Lawrence is technically... Yeah, he was a robot the whole time. Oh. I don't know why I didn't figure that one out.
That should clear things right.
Or forgot.
When Captain Quark encountered the Amoeboids for the first time, he immediately executed emergency response plan number 2.
Wait just a minute.
Quark then proceeded to stall for time while he coordinated the city's defenses from the women's restroom at Galaxy Burke.
Give me that thing, you lying no good. Right. Now where were we? The moment I touched down, I knew the situation called for a head-on assault. Without hesitation, I rushed to do heroic battle with the monstrous amoeboid horde.
Alright. So, most likely, what I'll probably do here is... As I know there's like a skill point for like beating in a certain amount of time, right? And I don't know if whether or not I'm gonna bother with that skill point just yet or not. I wouldn't mind getting as many skill points as I possibly can, but we'll see. My main focus is getting all the things. All the tokens, so that way I can not only get like a ton of money, but at the same time get, you know, titanium bolt with it if I was 100%. It's kind of like more of like a security check type thing, you know what I mean? Also, I kind of miss, you know, Amoebas from Ratchet 1. I'm glad that they made a way back into Ratchet 3. It's pretty cool. But I do quite miss them in terms of Ratchet 1 and such. That's mainly because I like Ratchet 1 a lot. Which tends to piss people off when I say that. I don't know why they get so fucking defensive about like me not liking Ratchet 2 as much. It's weird. But, you know, that's what it is. Also, I don't think there's anything down there. As far as I remember. I'm about to get fucking cooked if I don't find that max health upgrade soon. Now, you can punch the amoebas straight into that little thingamabob there. Yeah, if you fall down here, there's a little spot you can kind of jump on. It's relatively nifty to have around. I don't remember where the... I think it's back. It's back there. Well, I don't remember if it was like the health thing or not. Oh yeah, this is a flamethrower. I forgot about that. Which does do damage, which is pretty damn nifty, actually. Quite nice. And if I remember correctly, I don't remember there being a boss in this level. So you can just kind of use your gun if you want, all willy-nilly and stuff. I've been using the same word twice. I guess that truly goes to show my low IQ, huh? I forget who was the one that said. I think it might have been like Sam Hyde or something. But like if you repeat the same words in a sentence over and over, it shows how you have a low IQ or something. All I'm gonna say is like I'm not like the biggest fan of Sam Hyde, but I do find some of his stuff kind of funny. Usually just because of how absurd it is. But it depends. So just throwing that out there, I guess. And just think, folks, for those that like my Jack content, I get to see Jack too after I do my 2 videos for Ratchet and stuff. That's how I plan on keeping it, though. I know we talked about it before, like, oh fuck, I forgot that's a pit. I know we talked about it before, like how I want to do it just in general, keep it that way, but things can change, of course. It just sucks I don't have to upload this stuff and figure out like a title for all these videos and do a thumbnail. That's like one of the worst parts about doing YouTube that I just don't like doing, is uploading shit and doing thumbnails. I don't mind recording stuff too, of course. Okay, I got the bolt and we're done. We beat in about 3:35. I don't think we got a skill point for that because it's probably like, what, fucking 2 minutes and 30 seconds or some shit. Now in a game like this, I wouldn't be surprised. But hey, we got the bolt and we got a decent bit of money. 10,000 bolts. Not bad. Not great, but not bad.
His amoeboid army defeated, Dr. Nefarious had no choice but to flee Blackwater City in disgrace.
Blackwater City was such a cool fucking level back then. Oh, man. And the thing is, too, like, with Ratchet Remastered, well, Ratchet and Clank, the remake, whatever you want to call it, they did a pretty decent job at making the game, I would say, but I don't obviously care much for, all that stuff that came with it. The ones, like, just the fucking cutscenes and stuff were kind of just whatever. Also, real quick, just give me a minute here. Ratchet 3 skill points, just so I can look them up and see what, like, the time was. Let's see, 210? And you gotta beat 240 in VidComic 1. You know what? Just because we got time, let's go back to this one and try to beat it in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Let's try for it. The thing is, once we get the gun, we're gonna have to use the gun. Like, specifically, to make sure that we don't, falter here and fuck things up. Shit. I'm trying my best to just do, like, wall jumping so I can kind of just potentially save time. But that's not easy to... Oh, God damn it, shit. Alright, fine. Fuck! Ah! I keep hitting the wrong goddamn button. Alright, we'll try it again this time. Because the thing is, like, I'm trying to beat it as fast as I can, but I keep getting hit by shit. Oh, that reminds me. Apparently, Tomba 1, I guess, is getting remastered or something, too. So, like, let's hope they do a decent job at that game, huh? It would have been funny if we got Tomba 2 instead, but... No, I'm fine with getting Tomba 1, because at least then we'll at least have Tomba 1 playable. Also, I probably should just kind of stick on the elevator here, because I feel like that might be the most beneficial way of doing this section. At least for a little while. Mainly because of the fucking pirate head thing falling down here. And then we could just do this. Yeah, just ignore them. Don't bother with them. You know, don't bother with things. And you'll be alright. Ow! If you take damage, you know, fine, so be it. Jump over enemies when you can. Try not to get into fist fights because you'll waste time. Alright. Also blast them while I can. Get these guys out of the way because I can't move any further. I was gonna say, I don't think you have to fight them, but... Alright, we're already like a minute in. We gotta be quick. Fucking hate that shit, man. You kind of have to, like, pick your battles here. You know, you have to pick, like, which specific thing you're probably going to jump over, which one you're not going to. But yeah, only waste your gun when you are able to fight off the dragon guy. God. Fucking stop. I think it... Yeah, you can only have, like, 20 at a time. Which sucks. Ugh. I'm going to die. If I mess this up, oh well, who cares? I don't mind. I'm dead. I was gonna say, it shouldn't start me back that far. Oh, fuck! They only spawn them when you're... Yeah, they only spawn them when you're just, like, actually going through this fucking part. There's no speed here, man. Whatever. We probably fucked up. I gotta beat this asshole in 30 seconds. Well, less than 30 seconds, actually. And, no, we're not doing that. Because I died. I already lost the damage. I'm not fucking with it. Alright, fine, whatever. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all next time when we play some more Ratchet and Clank 3. And as always, take care, everybody.